You said you were done with it, but somehow you ended up right back there again. Welcome back to Scripture Power Stories. Today we're talking about why you keep going back to old habits, even after God has already brought you out. You meant it the last time. You prayed about it. You cried about it. You told yourself, this is it. Done. And for a while, things felt different. You felt stronger, closer to God, but then something happened. Not all at once, but slowly. A thought came back, a feeling resurfaced. A moment of weakness showed up. And before you realized it, you were back in the same place you promised you'd never return to. Now you're sitting there asking, why do I keep doing this? Why can't I stay free? Did I ever really change? Or was I just pretending? Because it's not just the habit anymore, it's what it's doing to your confidence. Every time you go back, it chips away at what you believed about yourself. It makes you question your growth, your discipline, even your faith. But here's the truth most people don't talk about. Going back doesn't always mean you weren't set free. Sometimes it means you haven't fully let go of what feels familiar. There's a moment in Scripture that mirrors this exactly. In the book of Exodus, God delivers the Israelites out of Egypt. After years of bondage, after crying out for help, after finally being set free, they walk out, free. No chains, no slavery, no Pharaoh. But then something happens. They get uncomfortable. The wilderness doesn't feel like freedom. It feels uncertain, unstable, unfamiliar. And instead of moving forward, they start looking back. They literally say, we were better off in Egypt. Think about that. Better off in bondage. Why would anyone say that? Because Egypt was painful, but it was predictable. They knew what to expect. The wilderness. That required trust. That required dependence. That required letting go of control. And that's where things got hard. So they didn't physically go back, but mentally, emotionally, they were already there. And that's the part most people miss. You don't go back to old habits overnight. You go back in stages. First, in your thoughts. Then in your emotions. Then eventually, in your actions. And maybe your Egypt doesn't look like slavery. Maybe it's a pattern you've lived in for years, a mindset, a coping mechanism, a way of dealing with stress, fear, or loneliness, something that once felt normal, even if it wasn't healthy. And now that God is pulling you forward, toward growth, toward change, it feels uncomfortable. Because freedom is new. And new requires trust. If this is speaking to where you are, take a moment to subscribe to Scripture Power Stories. We post videos every week to help you navigate real faith in real life. So how do you stop going back? First, recognize what feels familiar. Not everything you return to is good. It's just known. And your mind will always try to go back to what it understands, even if it hurts you. Second, understand that freedom requires adjustment. The Israelites weren't wrong for feeling uncomfortable. They were wrong for wanting to return. Growth always feels unfamiliar at first. That doesn't mean it's wrong. It means you're changing. And third, cut off agreement with the past. Every time you say, this is just who I am, you make it easier to go back. But that's not truth. That's identity tied to history. God didn't bring you out just for you to live like you're still there. You keep going back, not because you're weak, but because part of you still feels safe there. But here's the truth. What feels familiar is not always what's meant for you anymore. And real growth isn't proven by never struggling again. It's proven by refusing to settle where you used to live. If this message helped you, subscribe to Scripture Power Stories. We post new videos 3 times a week to strengthen your faith and bring clarity when you need it most. Stay connected.